Hey guys, so good evening everyone. I'm your game developer Razu. So before I start, I'll just be giving you guys a brief introduction regarding the updates of the game and also for the marketing updates. If you have any questions that comes in your mind, you can kindly type it in the chat box. I'll be answering it later. Okay, so I'll be starting. As for the marketing updates, the Robocock will be present at the NFT Metaverse game Gamify 2022. So if you're ever familiar with that event, it's the first ever largest NFT gamify and metaverse event in the Southeast Asia, guys. And then it's happening tomorrow, May 1 at 5 p.m. in Manila time at Cove, Manila. And also, you can watch it live via Facebook or Binance Live. And then there are more details to our Robocock announcement channel. So if you're interested, you can kindly reach out in the TG community or the Discord community. And then we have the moderators that will be answering your questions. Okay, and then for the second update, we had our KYC. So it's currently in progress right now. Our KYC application and also with the solid proof is still ongoing. And then we're one step closer to our proof of our legitimacy. And then stay tuned on our socials for updates. We're all taking this project seriously so that you will have a high level of confidence within the game, guys. And then as for our token pre-sale, it will come after we have finished the KYC by solid proof and the contract audit by CERTIC. And then, conservatively speaking, this will happen within 2 to 3 weeks from today. So we're still currently working right now for it, which is I think it's very important for you guys that will be KYC'd and be audited by the uh, solid proof and also by the CERTIC. And then Norwalk will also be having our AMA with San Lazarus Guild on May 2, 10 p.m. Manila time. We'll be giving out free OG breeding set, guys, to one lucky winner. And then there's also a $200 worth of rewards to random winners. If you're interested with the event or the AMA, you can kindly check out our announcement channel for more details. We'll be announcing it. And then another update is that we'll be having more marketing efforts within the coming days with more giveaways for the community. So you better watch out for this, guys. And then here's the game update. We have already conducted meetings with the Cap Factory Association, and the breeding costs, as well as for the Robocock base prices, have been voted upon and it was already finalized. This will be revealed in our updates as we go along. And then we already have the breeding calculation for the class, for the tiers, and then for the hybrid. I'll be showing you guys later the prototype of the breeding on how it be going to happen. Okay, so I think I can share my screen to you guys if you are. Hopefully, you can see my screen. I'm going to share this one. Share screen too. So I think everyone can see my screen. This will be as for the breeding. So what we have here is going to select your RoboHawk and your RoboHen. For example, this one. We have here the ancient, and then you have here the berserker. So what you have here is that you just have to read, and then we'll be having on screen with the parts of the parents itself. Just like this one, if you have the ancient OG and also the berserker OG, you'll be having you'll be having this offspring. So basically, it depends on your it depends on your parent. So when a sort of calculation on how we compute the part system, for example, on how it will inherit the rarity or the tier of the part, and also the class of the parts. So they have both different calculation for it. So here you can see, guys, there are a lot of Robococks because these are different rarities of it. For example, you have here the common berserker. Here's the common berserker. So let's try mixing the ninja and the common, in the mecha. Here's the Mecha OG, here's your Ninja OG. So if we're going to breed this one, we'll be receiving a crossbreed. Here's the crossbreed. So just going to rebreed it again. So there are a lot of possibilities on how your Robocock would look like. So like this one, or it could be like this one. So it depends on your breed. So if you want, I can put here the class that you want me to see. You want me to show you guys, so you'll be able to see the offspring of it, the possible offspring. So, for example, you want me here to put Berserker, put your Berserker in the Mega, Ninja and Berserker, sure, no problem. So here's the Berserker, and then I'm just going to get the Ninja. Here's the Ninja. So if I'm going to breed this one, there you go. There you go. Here you have it. Here's the Ninja and the Berserker offspring. So it will actually depend on the rarity and the chances. So here you have an Ultra. So as for this one, you'll not be getting any common if you have if the both pairs are both Ultra. So there's a specific percentage on how you'll be getting each parts of it. But what we can assure you right now is that if you breed two OGs, you won't be having an offspring of common. There's a 0% chance of having a common offspring if it will come if the two parents are both OG. But if the two parents are both common, you won't be getting an ultra. So there are a lot of perks if you have a higher tier of your parts of your Robocock, and then if you breed it with the other Robohen, if with the other Robohen. So is there any more? Is there any more Robux you want to see here? So I can mix a lot of classes here right now. So this is an ancient, the legendary ancient. So what would happen if you're going to breed two commons at the same time? So for example here's the mecha common. So let's look for the ninja common. Here's the ninja common. You're going to breed this one. There you go. There you go. So there are a lot of possibilities, and then the chances of getting an epic, a rare, or a legendary part. So it will depend. Mecha plus Berserker. Sure, sure. No problem. Got you. Got you, pal. Let's go to find here the Mecha. Mecha OG and the Berserker. Let's take a look at this. So here's the Mecha and the OG. So I think there are a lot of possibilities here for your Roblox. It will make your Roblox much more different from other. So here's the offspring of the Mecha OG and the Berserker OG. So this one. Do you have any questions about the breeding and or something so that I'll be able to discuss it right now? The breeding cost, we'll be releasing the guide probably next week. So as for what we have discussed with the Cap Factory Association, the breeding cost won't exceed the base price of the Robocock. So I think the price of the breeding cost is 3,000 total of 4,400 Robocock token. So take note that it might change or something. Depends on the discussion of in the Cap Factor Association, but I think it is the final price for the breeding as of now. And we'll be releasing the breeding guide probably next week. So the team is currently working on this right now. We're focusing on this one. So as you can see here, these are still Robocops. We'll be changing this one to RoboHens. Don't worry about this one. So, but as of now, the breeding scripts and the breeding mechanism is currently working. So, is there any questions about the project, about the game, or are there any newcomers here so that I'll be able to show you guys uh, the development of the gameplay? So, if anyone here wasn't able to see the gameplay, I can show it to you here. But as of now, we are currently focusing on the breeding. So, I think there are not much updates regarding the PvE or the gameplay mechanism. So, we'll be finishing this one. Don't worry, guys. So, are there any more questions about the game or comments, suggestions? Don't worry, I'll be reading them. Can you just drop it off in the chat box. Sneak peek on PvE? Sure, got you. Just going to show you. Just going to. Okay, guys. So here's the PvE. So there's combo system. Check this one. So if there's anyone here who wasn't able to see the gameplay, so here it is. So basically, there's a little change in terms of the lighting, but we'll be changing this one to improve the uh, gameplay. But as for the graphics and the uh, game assets, we didn't put any of it. So we just started from scratch. Just started it from scratch. Okay, so it will be Tekken like game based on what I have discussed last time. This one, so there will be a combo system, there will be skills. So the PV and PvP will be player controlled, and as for the betting, it will be AI generated. So you won't be able to control the Roblox in the betting side. Okay, so are there any more questions? As for the speed of the game, we'll be releasing recommended requirements for the PCs, so don't worry about it. But as of now, we're still currently on the gameplay, and as for the breeding, we'll be releasing it in website. So the release of the desktop version will be in around June. So so what we can I can say right now about here is that we still doesn't have any final answers for that, for the higher specs for PCs or the recommended or the minimum stuff. But we're currently trying to optimize it so that it would run in the lower spec of any PC or laptop. But as for the breeding, it will be released in the website. So I'll be informing you guys once we have built the file, and then we're going to debug it so that you'll be seeing the lower spec or the minimum spec of PC, which is required for this game. Okay. So we'll be working on the PFX right after the uh, reading release. So each robot has their own skills. We'll be working on it next right after the reading. As for the rounds, the common rounds is for the game as for the gameplay, as we all know, is currently having they have two rounds, but we'll try to discuss this one in the cockfight us if they want to have one round per in the PvP or it should be two rounds. As for what we have discussed, there will be I think three skills for each NFT or as for each class. Sorry. So we're currently working on it right now, and but it's still subject to change because we'll be discussing this one with the Cup Factory Association. So and then there'll be 90 seconds time allotted for each round. Basically, it's the common standard rule for the fighting game, as for the Tekken also and the other fighting games. So are there any more questions? Yeah, I can switch to the breeding series. Uh, so we'll be releasing a breeding guide probably next week or before the breeding release of the Robocock. So I think you guys can prepare your OGs so that you'll be having the offspring itself. You can kindly drop off any questions in the chat box. I'll be reading it. Or if you want something in the game that you want me to show you guys, you just type it. Here's the berserker common. Let's try this one as for the mecha. As you can see, guys, if you'll be breeding two commons, there's a probability that you'll be getting a rare part, a legendary, or an epic part. So if you're not still familiar with the tiers, the tiers will be the one who'll be responsible for having your crown span. So it depends on your tiers on how high your Robocock crown span is. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments about the game, you can just drop it in the chat box. The lifespan of each OG will depend on their tier. So each tier has their own corresponding lifespan. For example, the Ultra. Each Ultra parts that your Robocock has, it will have a corresponding of 100 round span. So if you have 5 Ultra parts, or if you have the OG, then basically you'll be having 500 round span. For our roadmap, what are your most important next priorities? Our next priorities is for the gameplay. So we'll be finishing the PvE, PvP, and also the betting system. And as for the betting system, there are a lot of people who are asking and who are waiting for the release of it. So basically, I think it will be the play to earn game for the players. And then after the play to earn game for the players, and we'll be having a lot of events and stuff. So don't worry about it. Regarding to the betting system, is it a live battle or a system generated battle? So it will be a system generated battle. There will be AI will be controlling your Robococks. So that will be we can avoid or prevent this thing, which is an issue in real world cockfighting game, the so-called fixing game, which they are currently fixing will be the winner or will be the loser of the specific game, and we just want to avoid it. So we'll be having an AI. We'll be creating an AI, and the winner will depend on the RNG or the random number generator. So basically the chances, and also the highest factor of it is the stat of your Robocock. So it will depend on how hard you train your Robocock, your strategy, and okay. So can you pair Robococks indefinitely? You can repair your Robococks if you have finished the run span. But based on what we have discussed earlier in the previous AMA, you can choose uh, you can choose between two things right after your Roblox uh, lifespan run out. So you'll be having a release update for it. And right after repair, there will be a specific corresponding crystal cost for it. And you'll be gaining specific rounds, for example, 60% rounds and stuff. So yeah, I think that's it. You can repair Roblox with it. But only 3 times. 3 times is the maximum repair count for the Robocox. So if you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, you can chat it. How about the matchmaking? Is it stat based? As of now, we are currently discussing on it, but based on what we have discussed, I think it won't be stat based. So let's see if I can pull up something if for the players, especially if they train to much harder. We'll try to have we'll try to discuss it much more with the Black Factory Association. Okay, so this one will be in quarter 3, the PvP, yeah, quarter 3. So it will be around July. Yeah, there will be a dodge and block mechanic. So basically, it will be just like a Tekken game. There will be dodge, there will be skills, combo system. Okay, are there any more questions? Pari, I think as for the grab, let's see if we can make it, or I'll try to do my best in making any updates for the game. Different skills for each part. Uh, different skills for each part. I think what we have discussed right now is for the each class. So yeah, for each part, for example, the wings, if they're will be having different skills parts for the tail, and as for the head or claw or feet, or let's see. I'll be giving you guys updates regarding this one. And as for now, we're still focusing on the breeding. That's why we haven't uh, talk about it or discuss about it in the team. But hold on, guys. I'm just going to take note of it so that I'll be discussing this with the team much more likely. Different skills for each one. Are there any more suggestions, comments you want to know, or you want to uh, see? Same in FC. There will be different skills for each classes, and then there will be different skills depends on their parts. As of now, I think that was what we have discussed in the game or with the team, and we'll be making a lot of skills. So hopefully, we'll be able to show it to you. What will happen to Robohen if you reach its breeding limit? If you have cock factory, then if you have a breeding limit, you can burn your Robohen. And then if you burn your Robohen, you'll be receiving 10% coupon discount upon the next breeding. So if you breed two different class, they will only inherit three skills from both class. They'll be inheriting three skills, but I think it's for the part system. So basically, if you have ancient uh, ancient wings, then you'll be having an ancient wing skill. So something like that. So if you'll be having ninja feet, then you'll be having a ninja feet skill. So yeah, I think that's the. So are there any more questions or suggestions about the game? Comments? I'll be uh I'll be taking note of them so that I can discuss this with the team. So yeah, that's it. Guys, if you have any questions, suggestions, you can kindly type it to the chat box. Or if something if you have something you want to see in the game. Hens are just for breeding, right? No other utility. Yes. As for the RoboHens, the key features of it is that they're only responsible for the breeding. They cannot be used for the PvP and PvE. So basically, they have different characteristics as for the Robococks. The Robococks has a smaller breeding count than the RoboHens. So, is it possible to have a friendly match? Yeah, I think we have discussed this with the team, and a lot of people are asking for it to have friendly matches. So basically, we can use it for the future events also. For example, if the Roblox grew so much or become much more popular, I'm having this thing on my mind that we'll be having an event such as esports events and stuff. Especially it is a Tekken-based game. So if you're familiar with the Tekken, there are some competitions, tournaments that you can join with. Then something that came to my mind that we can also have those things. We may have esports and stuff if the game becomes much more popular. So let's see. Let's see what will happen in the near future. Yes, because we want to have a competitive community and competitive players. And what we have discussed, I think that we'll be having a leaderboards for the PvP. So let's just wait for its future release. And then there will be a reward pool also for the leaderboards. What if you have parts of the same class? Will there be a bonus or additional stat for that NFT? If you have, there's a specific, what do you call this? There's a specific stat cap, because there's stat cap in order to balance the game. So basically, if you have the pure aqua, you'll be having a pure balance stat cap. And then if you're having a pure ninja, you'll be having a maximum of 99 for the agility and something, yeah, and etc. So basically, for your first stat, you'll be having a 99, second stat will be having a 90, and then third stat will be having an 80, 71 for the fourth stat, and then 60 for the last stat. So they have their own strengths. For example, as for the ninja, it's the for the ninja is that its specialty is for the agility. So you can max out its agility to 99. Yes, the game is streamable, definitely. Okay, guys, so are there any more questions, suggestions? If you have any more questions, guys, just ask me. Yeah, we're also excited for the game. And a sneak peek on the adventure mode. Uh, the gameplay that I have shown you will be having the same gameplay mechanics, so it will be basically a Tekken. And as for the boss, so we'll be revealing it I think soon as possible, right after the breeding, because what we're currently following right now, so for the team is the breeding. And currently, we're also focusing on the KYC and audit because it is very important for the community. Okay, sure, man, gotcha, man. Okay, so are there any more questions, guys? Suggestions, comments regarding the game? Will there be a merchandise for the NFTs, like special edition upgrades? Hmm, let me say about it. So hold on, I'm just going to share this one with the team. Okay, just going to take note of this one. Maybe I'm handsome, maybe I'm not. So I can answer that by myself. I think Robocock is much more handsome based on what you can see in the graphics. So apparently, guys, we've been optimizing the game so that it would run in the Mac also for the Windows because based on what we have encountered as per the team, there's a there's a little problem regarding with the Mac graphics because it's currently lagging. So we have fixed it and we have optimized it for the Robot. Yes, the graphic is very amazing because we've made it from scratch. My team made it from scratch. So there are a lot of robots here you can choose from. Ancient, Mecha, the Ninja, go in the Zombie. Tekken is an easy game to play but hard to master. Hence, it has a repeat and influx of players are going to focus on that approach instead of the OP stats and OP skills. So basically, if you have OP skills or OP stats, then I think it's just an advantage as for the player. But if you have the skills, for example, this is just only an example. So what if the top one player of the Tekken will join the Robocup, and then he or she doesn't even upgrade his Robocup, and he doesn't even use any skills as for the game. So basically, it has a mix of skill based. So it doesn't have any random generator as of now. So you can see depends on your skills, depends on how you play. So yeah, I think that's it. Yes, because based on what I have said before, we'll be having leaderboards in the near future updates. So basically, in the leaderboards, there will be a corresponding reward pool. For example, as for the Axie, as we all know, there's an AXS reward for the top leaderboards. So for example, top 1,000, top 1 to 100. So yeah, basically just like that one. We'll be having leaderboards in the reward pool as well. Can have AK from the advert from to advertise the game. I think it's for the marketing side because we're currently all responsible for the gameplay mechanics and the gameplay side, and we have our blockchain partner who's responsible for the blockchain side. Mobile and desktop version will have same server. Yeah, that's the plan. So it will be cross-platform. Our plan is to have a cross-platform game. So you can play it with mobile, you can play it with desktop version. Let's keep it a secret, Nemo. Let's keep it a secret. I'm hoping that controls will not be a hindrance. So what we have used here is that as for the normal PC control, standard control for the PC, uh, we have created, what you call this, the same controls for it, same key bindings, and then we'll try to put it in the controllers, so you can play it with your controllers. For example, for the DS4 or something, Xbox controllers. So we'll try to take a look at it. But yeah, that's the plan. Because a lot of players are suggesting that you should be having not only keyboard control, but also for the controllers. And as part of from PC to Android, hmm, hopefully not. Why? Because if you're familiar with the emulator from Android, if you have played from the PPSPP, so if you're familiar with that one, if you can play Tekken, I had a lot of friends who are playing Tekken in Android phone, and it seems that they can control it. So it comes to my mind that we'll try to make something much more easier controls as for it. Yeah, and you can also play a lot of games in PPS with PP. So, for example, Monster Hunter, you can play it with your Android or Tekken. So, hopefully, it won't be a hindrance. And if ever it will have be having any hindrance, the team will take an action in it. Basically, on what I've tried before, I was able to bind my controller to my Android, or I can play PPSSPP with my controller. Yeah, so I was able to play it with my controller. Okay, thank you. Guys, so are there any more questions, concerns, suggestions regarding the game, or you want us to tackle as for the discussion? You can just kindly drop it in the chat box. Can you use keyboard via OTG on mobile? As for the mobile app, it has an APK which is user bind controls. I'll take a look on this one. But I think probably much more likely yes, because I was able to use my keyboard and also mouse with my current phone. So let's see if it can handle the game. Let's try to take a look on this one. So I'm just going to put this one in the Baguio phase, in which okay, so I'm going to try this one once the game is out. So before the release, and then I'm just going to put your name here so that I'll be able to get back to you once we have an answer on this one. Never. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because Tekken is also one of the most popular game, and the Robocock is one of the most popular sports game in every country in most of the countries. And crypto is much more likely popular popular right now. So I think this game will be hot. Are there any more questions, suggestions, guys? Or you want me to discuss with the team? I just want to take note of this, guys, that there will be an MMR system in the PvP, so it will determine your rank, and also there's a corresponding crystals on depends on your rank in the PvP. How about the token launch? How confident are you that it will not be dumped by the investors or players on the initial phase of game development? Knowing people are very particular with ROI. So we may hear the best answer from that question, Hydra, on our blockchain partner. So I'm just going to copy your question, and then we get back to you in the next KMA or something. Okay, we're just going to chat the answer right here on the chat box. So as of now, I think is Sir Fatkid here? I think is not here. Is yeah, but we'll get back to you, Hydra. I'm just going to save your questions as of now. How many times can we battle in PvP per day? There will be battery recharges among how many times you may be able to fight in the PvP. So you can recharge your battery, but it has a corresponding crystal or in-game currency cost. But The current charge is 5. You have 5 games as for the PvP. 5 initial charges of the battery. Then this battery consumes 1 charge in each fight. Yeah, there will be 5 initial charges of battery or 5 initial games for the PvP per day. Yeah, it is per Robocock. That's I think it is per Robocock. So is there any more questions? But if there be any changes in the update soon, we'll try to inform you if it is per Robocock or it is per account. So, but I think it is per Robocock. You guys, are there any more questions, suggestions about the game, comments? You can kindly send it in the chat box. As for transferring of NFTs, will it be possible to trade with other players per account? I think so. So it is based on the Omniverse marketplace. So I'll just ask for the best answer for this one from our blockchain partner. So I'll list in this one. Okay. So I'm going to update you a bit again regarding this one. This is for the blockchain side. Will the recharge battery be deducted from the Lobos lifespan? No, it will not directly affect. Uh, the thing is that when you win a PvP, it will deduct 1 in your round span of your Robocock. So if you lose, the round span doesn't get deducted, but the battery charge gets deducted. So that's it. So if you haven't played your Robocock for a day, it will deduct you a 5 round span. So you just have to win that 5 wins a day, that 5 guaranteed wins in order to consume that 5 round span. So make sure that you'll be consuming that 5 round span a day. Okay? Just concerning the preservation of purity of the NFTs. Yeah, it's one of our goals to preserve also the purity and the parts of it. So we'll take a look on this in the near future. Okay, are there any more questions, guys? By the way, guys, I just want to remind you guys that will be uh will be present at the NFT Metaverse Gamify 2022. So if you're the first, it is actually the first ever largest NFT Gamify and Metaverse event in Southeast Asia. So if it piques your interest and you want to see the event, you can join it in tomorrow, May 1, 5 p.m. Manila time at Cove Manila. Or you can watch it live via Facebook or Binance Live. And I think we'll be having also our AMA with Lazarus Guild on May 2. Will be 1400 UTC. And they'll be giving out one free OG breeding set to one lucky winner, guys. So we'll be having a freebies or not actually freebies, but a reward. So there'll be a one lucky winner of free OG breeding set. Then there will also be a $200 worth of rewards to random winners. So it would happen on May 2. I'll go there and tell you guys if Razu is handsome or not. Okay, are there any more questions, concerns? Okay, that's nice to hear. By the way, guys, so there are a lot of people who are asking when will be the token pre-sale. So the latest date that we can tell you is that the latest time for the token pre-sale is May 20. We're just waiting for the KYC and audit to be published. So that's the updates regarding for the token pre-sale. Okay, guys. So if you guys don't have any more suggestions, questions, I think we can end the AMA session for tonight. So just want to ask everyone if you have any questions right now, if you have any concerns, suggestions that comes to your mind, you can simply drop it off in the chat box right now. Okay, anything? Don't have any more questions. I think that's it for tonight. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you also. So everyone here in the community, I appreciate everyone here. So thank you very much for your time, everyone. Have a fantastic night and fantastic evening. Thank you for your time, and hopefully, let's make this project successful. Okay, let's make this Robocock token to the moon. Thank you, guys, and see you in the next AMA. I'm just going to end this, or I have to leave. Thank you, guys. See you next time.